Hail to thee, my kindred. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and night, wherever and whenever you are. It is a day two of the day, Tuesday. Yes, I think it's Tuesday, anyways. I don't remember. I think yesterday was Monday, and therefore today is Tuesday. Today started strange. Well, less started, but when I awoke from my sort of nap, that's not what I meant to do. I didn't even know that's change screens like that. Okay. Apologies. I forget that there are certain buttons that change the scenes if I don't turn on another button or if I don't hold down another button, whichever is the phrase you wish to use. What was I saying? Yes, my day was odd. I had an odd dream after what could maybe be explained as a nap. I honestly don't know if I had slept much at all or if I had just slept in the final hour. Or maybe I did sleep, but I only had a dream during the final hour of my sleep time, whenever the hell. Like I said, I am unsure myself of the status of my rest. I make the assumption that I only slept for an hour. But then again, would a dream have been able to happen within an hour? I don't know. But I did have just a strange little dream that is still there somewhat, bits and pieces of it. Not in a whole, but like I said, bits and pieces are there. It's just a question of what do I remember the most, really? Because I remember the scene of the dream, the sort of setting. Yes, the setting of the dream. I just don't know what the dream itself was even supposed to be about. It was just weird, strange. Not the strangest thing, but strange enough where it felt like something semi-normal, but then it just became not normal and gave me a lot of lot of anxiousness to the point that I woke up. Not only that, but apparently reading is hard when you're when you're dreaming. Things move around. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat there. I just finished eating something like right about when the stream was about to start, so my throat might sometimes do that, or it just decides to not clog itself. Something happens, and my throat will just make a funny sound. That's all. What else? I had to accomplish a task which was frustrating, to say the least. Ooh boyo. I don't even know if I really want to get into it, but nah, I won't. It's nobody's fault, really. It's just the way it is. That frustrating thing. It is fine, though. Quite fine. I didn't do the thing I said I was gonna do yesterday. I forgot about it because I had other things to do around the place. When it came to learning German, we still have, today before tomorrow. Which tomorrow I'll make I'll start stream earlier like I did yesterday. We can learn some more German, but yeah, yesterday I forgot to check out the website for just, whatever, basically anything that would help me with pronunciation. I had forgotten about completely. And I remember watching a thing or two yesterday that may have been interesting to talk about. I'll have to check on that literally right now. I swear I watched something or another. Alright, I was watching some random, I assume, Japanese person working on VOD and how they were able to make a very, 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 very well made model. Actually, it's kind of like their whole thing. They make models. And I was just looking at it, trying to essentially, for lack of a better word, learn, if you could really call it that. It was more like observation and trying to understand how the tools are used to the best of my ability, which my abilities are not the greatest when it comes to learning, but I did sort of kind of understand what was happening, and I think that's the first step. That's something. I don't know why I went to hum for. I feel like humming. My tongue feels weird. I think it's dry. I need to drink some water. Water, water, more water. I might, sorry. I may, what do you call it? I don't remember what I'm doing. I do not remember. Why do I not remember? I feel like oh yeah, I might play that's Gambit today. I kind of don't feel like it though. So it's either, in an hour, I will either continue japping or just play that's Gambit. We still, from what I remember, have not dealt with the Phoenix Lady. Phoenix Lady still executed my existence, unfortunately. So that's quite the frustration. And to be fair, nobody really comes to watch that Gambit when I do play it. So that is also kind of another reason I don't really wish to play it. And I think, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I'm kind of having, I kind of have two different streams in the background, and luckily for me, it's not seemingly affecting my ability to stream. Because I just want to know what's, I sometimes do that. I sometimes like to have people in the back so that I can, I don't know, just see what they're doing, I guess. Because I barely ever get to watch some folks. Sometimes I miss other folks and don't get the chance to watch them because they only stream like a couple times a week, like Adder, and I guess technically Flop as well. Faye Flop. Faye Flop. I still remember calling them Flea accidentally the first time around. I kind of feel bad about that. But it's Faye Flop. I think they just go by Flop, right? Yeah, Flop. Funny little name. The Benoy. The Benoy. We love the Benoy. Flop's playing a game called Stone Shard. Don't know what it's much about. Last I checked, they were talking to a merchant, and that's really it. Don't know, like I said, I don't know what the game's about. Don't know how many times the fellas played it prior to today. But hey, could be fun. It's like a pixelated top-down. I don't know what else. I know that's really all I've got on the game. It's pixelated, it's top-down, sort of. Like your typical kind of RPG vibe. Maybe it could be a roguelike. It seems more story-driven, and you have to buy I saw him buying items and whatnot, so I assume at some point you do start fighting monsters, or maybe just random brigadons. Is that the? I don't know if that's how they call them. Bandits. That's what I meant to say. Brandon, bandits, brigands. That isn't. Yeah, brigands is the term I was looking for. The brain is now braining. I also, I suppose, was thinking about a few things. If you can even call what I do thinking, or are surprised that I am able to think, I do try to do that every now and again. Mostly. Oh, my nose. Sorry about that. My nose just kind of decided to make itself do some funny things. I don't know what it was that it decided to make itself do, but it did decide to make itself do something. It was like a little sting. But yes, I am, like I mentioned earlier, I was watching a bit on VOD model making. I still don't understand much of it, but at the very least, I think I'm taking the first couple of steps into working on things when it comes to any potential future model that I may make, or attempted to make at the very least. I don't think I'll be too successful, to be fair. I'm, one, very impatient. Two, artistically kneecapped is my phrasing. Kneecapped. Artistically kneecapped. I'm not good at art, but I can give it a try still. I can still play around with things. And you don't ever really know whether you're good at something or not, or at least kind of capable at something, until you give it a shot. So I ought to give it a shot before I really ever give up on the idea itself. I feel like I want to doodle some random things. Sorry, this is another one of those days, fellas. Oh, kindred. Your boy is at a loss. Your boy is at a loss. Concerned about some things, confused about other things. Oh, Sam, hail to thee. I gotta switch things up now. How are ya? Sorry about that. I was sort of just ranting to myself for a good bit. Now I'm stretching because I felt like it. Today's a day. Today is a day. And as days go, I kind of don't know what to do with this one. You're good at making things? I will not disagree with you. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why it took me a little bit to figure that word out. What are you making? If you do not mind me asking. Because now you got me curious about your crafts. I was gonna say arts and crafts, but I don't even know if it's arts and crafts or just crafts. Damn, my tea is definitely a lot colder than I thought it was gonna be by now. Maybe I should have kept a closer eye on it. Or maybe I should have just let the water heat up more, huh? Oh, goodness. Serenity, thank you for the follow. That was kind of out of nowhere, but okay. Embroidered patches for your tote bag. I forget what a tote bag is. Let me look that up because I feel like that's something I should know. Tote bag. I feel like I've seen one of these before. Okay, that's what a tote bag is. Gotcha, gotcha. So patches for your tote bag. Nice, nice. Embroidery. Embroidered patches. There we go. Yes. Embroidered patches. Are they cutesy ones? Are they pretty ones? Are they complicated references? Or just little designs? What colors are you using? All of the above? Gotcha, gotcha. All of the above. I will drill that into my mind. I'm sort of not doing a lot. I was sort of, I think yesterday watching, maybe even this morning. Sorry, like my brain's lagging a little bit. I'm now remembering sort of some of the things I did this morning before I decided to sleep. And I barely slept because I had a very strange dream when I did manage to sleep for like maybe an hour regarding like me breaking into some house that wasn't really a house because like it was more like a big room with a whole wall missing that I just sort of walked through and then just kind of exited through the other end. It was very strange. Very, very strange. I had that dream that I now am kind of remembering. I was watching some person working on VOD stuff because I'm curioso about working on VOD myself to try to make something for myself. Don't think I really will be all that successful, but it's worth a shot. And what else? I can have like 2 different people's streams in the background just because I wanna check on what they're doing. just to see what they're doing. I'm a little curious. One, because one of the people I'm watching usually doesn't stream past the time that they've already streamed, so they're kind of streaming. I think they're doing a collab with somebody. Yeah, they're doing a collab with another person, doing some kind of Nuzlocke run, which looks fun. I don't remember what a Nuzlocke run is. I think it's like you have to take the first Pokemon that you see and that's it, or something like that. I don't remember. But they're doing that. And then Faye, on the other hand, is playing some game that I have no idea what it's about. And I maybe should have asked when I was watching them before I streamed, but I was eating before I was streaming, so I couldn't really, all I could do was just lurk in their stream. And that's really been my date so far outside of, let me see if I remember anything else. I did watch Koro playing Minecraft as well. That was like in the morning. Oh yeah, I remember trying to sleep at some appropriate time, quote unquote. It didn't work. It never works when I actually try to sleep at an appropriate time. I just managed to lay down in bed for a long time. Serenity, hail to thee, got suggested a VOD of mine on YouTube and I seem chill, so you decided to follow me as well. Well, thank you very much. The follow is very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy your time here for as long or as little that you decide to stay around. Not much happens really in these little shit chats because mainly I'm kind of bad at shit chatting, but you know, we might play a game later. I still have not decided whether I want to play the game that I set out to play, because it's kind of frustrating. It's a little bit frustrating. If not, I mean, I could always make the decision to play another game, but then that makes me feel like I wasted my time scheduling things. By the way, how is your day, Serenity? How are you doing? I hope you're doing quite fine on this Tuesday. Keeping warm if you're somewhere cold. Keeping cold if you're somewhere warm. Sorry if you're hearing my gulping sounds. I should have probably just kind of silenced my mic so that you can't hear that, but I'm too lazy to lift my hand and press the button. I've been listening to like random covers lately of from folks that I have not listened to in quite some time. Like, what's that gentleman's name? Let me see real quick. YouTube, please. Rami, or Hello Ramix, depending on how you know him. You're doing very good. Thank me. Got back from work, so taking a moment to relax. Well, that's nice. I hope your relaxation time goes well. Make sure you're eating up. Make sure your feet don't hurt. All that good stuff. Nuzlocke have rules. 1, name all your Pokemon. 2, start after you get a Pokeball. 3, the first Pokemon you get on a route you either have to kill or catch. And last, when you Pokemon dies, you can't use it anymore. Those are the rules. Thank you for listing them. People are very creative when it comes to their challenges in video games. I've come to realize, especially when it comes to Pokemon. But I feel like Pokemon is mostly like a endearment thing. People are ride or die for Pokemon these days, or maybe they're not, and maybe I just think they are. Could be just, what do you call it? Optics. That's the word. Could be the optics. That it seems like that's what they do. But in fact, maybe they all hate what Pokemon is nowadays. You're doing one on Pokemon Violet at the moment. Violet is... Let me search that up, because it's been a long while since I've known anything about the games. Pokemon Violet. That is not how you spell Violet, hey jolly boy. There we go. Oh, that's like a nearer one. Okay. It's the one with the the funny dragon thing. It's still wild to me to think about Pokemons that are literally just motorcycles. How does that even work? I guess it doesn't... Listen, I know it doesn't need to make sense because it's Pokemon of all things, but still, my mind can't help but think about, like, how, just how, That's just how my mind rolls. I need to know, how does a being become biologically a motorcycle? Yep, same. I knew I wasn't the only one out here with these thoughts. Such strange creations. I guess, I suppose at some point you just have to make shit up. You just sort of have to. Because what else are you supposed... they've been coming out with these games for decades at this point. I don't blame them for running out of ideas, but perhaps they should think about ending the series if they are at the point where they are making Transformers, basically, but animals. They can't keep this up forever. Are the modern games even that good anymore? Because I still remember years ago people complaining about how the games are just not hitting the same anymore. Too much money coming out of it. True, I do have to remember that it's one of those titles that people just buy. People just buy the games because it's Pokemon. What else is there to do, eh? It's like COD and all the other franchises that have the same issue. Where just because of the title itself, they'll just buy the game. They'll buy the game. It doesn't matter what the game looks like. I've seen the most current COD game. It has like a very strange campaign in comparison to like older COD games. And they feel very Fortnite-y as well, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, the game stopped being good after Pokemon White and Black version. I remember Black and White. Holy. I remember when legendary Pokemons were cool. when they were the ones on the cover of the game, you know? And they had like a reason for being there and all that good stuff. You only like COD for ghosts, Koenig, and Soap for obvious reasons. Ah, yes. the trifecta of the COD fuckboys. I don't even know why I call them fuckboys. They're not really fuckboys. It's just they get baby girlified a lot these days. Oh, goodness gracious. People really, 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 really like those three. Which was so out of like left field when that happened. Because mind you, I'm somebody that played like the OG Modern Warfare. I knew them and what they become, and I'm like, cool, they're still pretty cool. And then you just go to the internet and it's like, oh, oh goodness gracious, they're coming. They're doing some funny things on the internet with these men. You think it's just the masks? Yeah. Yeah, the masks. But then that wouldn't account for Soap. Because Soap doesn't wear a mask. I guess Soap can just be the outlier. Do you think Soap attracts the ladies because of the mohawk? Attracting everyone, really, because of that mohawk of his. Or maybe it's just the accent, I don't know. But yeah, masked men, sort of a thing for internet folks. You know, before I started streaming, I did contemplate not having a face at all. So, Soap is just Scottish and angry, but nice at the same time. I guess you're right. I suppose you're right. That does make some sense. He does have that tone to him every time he talks. Or he sounds a little angry, but like he's not at all. Unless he is, in which case he is. But when he's not, he's just talking. Quite the confounding thing. I wanna like put my hood up. I'm gonna do that. I don't know why I contemplated it when I can just do it. I should busy myself. I should just download the VOD and get working on stuff at some point. But I already have like 2 things that are my daily tasks. One is exercise, the other one is now learning German, I guess, starting yesterday. And tomorrow we have to do another stream of that. So I'm gonna have to hopefully sleep or either stay up and then just make a long stream. Of which I'll have to record one part and then record the other part so that I don't have to download one long ass stream. That can work. What do I have to do tomorrow? What game did I decide to play tomorrow? Let's see. Right, Sentinel Girls. I can play that. That's a easy game for me to play. That's fun. Non-frustrating. I forgot which endings I have to get though. Which girls I have to actually, play the routes with. I still didn't get the good ending for the first game in the first place, but that's whatever. I assume getting the good ending for Sentinel Girls 2 is gonna be the same thing, which basically means, like, don't let the objective get hurt at all throughout the entirety of the game. Which is gonna be fucking nuts. Nuts, I say. No goodness. Forgot I still have to look up. Well, actually, I don't know if it matters for programs what webcam you have. Should probably look into that. I don't know why, like, on stream every time it's while I'm streaming is when I remember I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to do this, that, whatever else. And I'm like, damn, well, I better remember. And then I slightly remember. You're trying to think of what the pins of? What to make pins of? What have you made pins of so far? If any. I'm assuming you've made at least a couple. I can make about a couple of suggestions, maybe. Just who you are? Oh, I see. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to help you that much on that front. You've made 4 little ones? Have you thought about a fruit that represents you? Or an item that represents you? Your name, 2 flags, he, him. I see. That makes sense. So far. I mean, you could just put your favorite things. Make pins of, like, just your favorite items. Things you'd like to do. And that sort of stuff. If the idea is that you're gonna make pins that, talk about you. You're the fruitiest boy, you need the whole bowl. I suppose so. Husband, soul. You could. Fictional husbands. Put all the fictional husbands. You're getting very excited. Very excited, Sam. Ghost? Like, yes, Ghost. Ghost, Soap, Koenig. I don't know how to say that name because it's Austrian. It's Austrian, right? The guy's Austrian. Victor from Arcane. Victor, is that the skinny guy? Or, hold on. How do you spell Arcane? Arcane. Okay. That's a skinny dude, right? Yeah, that's that guy. You like being crafty? I'm sure. Being crafty is it's a fun thing. I remember when I used to want to make all kinds of stuff out of cardboard boxes. Koenig? I see. I don't know why I'm like yawning. I think that does mean that I only slept for an hour. And not the 4 that I thought I did. Or 6. I can't remember. Numbers are hard. Some number between 1 and 6 is the amount I've slept. Who knows? I think today's been rather warmer. At least it got warm. I know it was cold in the morning when I went to perform my morning duties. Let me see what temperature it is right now. Okay, yeah. What temperature is it gonna be for the next couple of days, though? Okay, it's only getting warmer and warmer. Ever so slightly, sure. And sometimes it drops down a little, but... yeah, we're in proper entering spring now type of time. Which I'm glad for. Did I kind of miss the rain? Just normal rain. The sound of it, I don't know. I miss it. I just want to chill by the window, look outside, be mesmerized, look at the trees, look at the funny little animals scurrying about. You're being mischief. Being mischief is a whole thing, a task, a job. Committing mischief, now that's an activity, but being mischief, that's a whole like title. Why do I want to eat like why am I thinking about moss? I'm thinking about eating moss again. That hasn't happened in quite some time. That used to happen more often in the first couple of months that I streamed. I should say maybe the first 3. I kept thinking about eating moss, and then it stopped happening, and now I'm thinking about it again. Who's eating moss? I shall eventually obtain moss and know what it tastes like. It's probably wet and very green and dirt tasting, I imagine anyways. I cannot imagine moss to have a particularly good taste. I'm not gonna lie, yesterday night when I was trying to sleep, I was kind of tweaking. I was kind of tweaking. I was geeking out. Kind of not in an okay brain space. It's just like one of those guy things, I guess. I don't know. Like I went from like, okay, I'm ready to sleep to maybe it was the doom scrolling. I think it was just a doom scrolling. I like laid in bed for a good while and then got very sad. And then I doom scrolled and then I got even sadder. Such a strange thing. Very, very strange thing. No doom scrolling. I know I shouldn't have. But to be fair, I was trying to distract myself. Because that's my one issue when it comes to sleep. Like if I'm not in the absolute most tired state, my brain is just gonna think about my just basically my brain's gonna think things that make me sad. And so I just have to distract myself. Which is why usually I'd just be, I don't know, listening to ASMR or something, right? Something to distract my brain. But I had already listened to like a good hour of it. So I was like, okay, that's enough. Enough ASMR, time to sleep. And then the thoughts came. And I couldn't really do nothing about it. So I just stayed up. This is why you tank 3 monsters and have the talking, no tapping ASMR. Yeah. Maybe I should tank 3 monsters. At the same time, every time I try to fix my sleep schedule, it is just the most horrendous thing I could do. The most horrendous thing. Because now my sleep schedule is back to me sleeping in the late morning till around when stream starts. Instead of, from the night till the morning. Which is just like, I guess that's just now my sleep schedule for eternity. I wish I could do something about it. Like every time it kind of gets fixed, it only is fixed for a few days, or not even, just a day or 2. I'll sleep at like a normal time, and then the next couple of weeks is back to the insano boingo sleep schedule that I usually have now. But that's enough of that, you know? That's enough of that. Maybe I should just like I could try and do the whole stay awake for a whole day and then go to sleep at the time you want to go to sleep. But I'm not even sure if that would work at this point. Maybe it would. Maybe it would. Are you a clingy person when you're sleeping? Because I am, and the weighted blanket helps because it feels like someone has got you in a cuddle. I do have a weighted blanket. I just kind of use it more as a thing to sleep on top of than a thing that I put on top of me. Just because my bed is not good at keeping me warm, weirdly enough. Should try to use it as it's intended again. Maybe that would help. Because it did kind of help when I did use it as like intended. It's just that it makes very good like sleeping on top of material, if that makes sense. Like I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's thick. Maybe that's why it's like very nice to sleep on top of. It retains my heat, my body heat, a lot better than my bed does. So I'm just gonna use it as like the place I sleep on top of. But then again, with spring coming around and then summer, I should probably use it as intended. That makes me think I have to wash my blankets. Haven't done that in a while. I feel like they'd probably smell pretty damn bad. Maybe to my nose, they're just something I'm used to. You have an electric under mattress thingy for warmth? Oh, you're like a cat. Like a little cat. I know they have those for cats too, but every time I think about those like heating mats, I only ever think about like cats. Because they're the only ones I ever see using them. My nose, once again getting clogged up for no reason. This is the home of the wind god. Sorry. Random musical is going through my head again. I want to get a guitar someday. There's so much I want to do. Just like too much I want to do. Too much. I need to like stop wanting things. You are not a cat? Shh. Okay. I won't call you a cat. Won't call you a cat. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, it kind of reminds me of a cat. I didn't call you one. It's very different. Very different. The guitar? Yeah. I don't know why. You know, just to like... I don't know. I used to want to play guitar. Just acoustic guitar. It seems... I don't know. Like something to do. It's either that or piano. But pianos are too many keys, and every time I look at a piano, I feel like that same feeling that I have when I look at, you know, a sentence that I'm certainly gonna misread. You play guitar? I think you've said this once, right? You may have told me about this before. Maybe. I'm not 100% certain. Maybe that was somebody else. I know Yuki plays guitar. Maybe that's who I'm confusing it with Yuki. What kind of guitar do you play? Acoustic or electric? Bass? Which I guess, you know, that also counts as electric. I remember I had this whole phase of like looking through musical instruments and whatnot. Because I used to at some point play the saxophone. Funny enough, both acoustic and electric. Nice. You know what? I think I remember why I wanted to like get an acoustic guitar. It's because I wanted to play some Coldplay songs. Funny enough, I want to play some Coldplay songs because a fair amount of their songs from their earlier days is just guitar. I'm a sad little sap. And I want to play sad little songs. Aw. I don't think there's. You know what? Never mind. I don't know what kind of response I was gonna make to that. I had a couple of other things in mind when it came to playing guitar, but I just feel like a guitar is relatively flexible, you know. Piano, I guess technically is also very flexible, but like I said, it'd be too hard for my little brain to remember. I could give it a shot someday, maybe. But one dream at a time, right? One accomplishment at a time. That's gonna be the way things work. I gotta focus on one thing, get good at that thing, and then focus on another. And so on and so forth. That's the plan. Because if I try to do too much, and try to achieve a little too much, then I'll just kind of consider myself a failure for not being able to do the impossible. And that's no good. You can play anything with set notes by ear. Oh. You're that used to it? Nice, nice. Sam is skilled. The very skilled Sam. What was I gonna say? There was something else in my mind, but it just kind of left me. You was gonna make a joke, but you won't. Okay. I mean, you can make whatever jokes you want. I don't mind. Entertain me, Sam. But yeah, you were raised on music. I can see that. I developed my liking for music when I was a little guy, and I was forced to be a part of a choir, and then a part of a band, and that's when I played the saxophone, and I was like, goodness, this is cool. I like when a bunch of people are in a room with their instruments and they make music stuff happen. Which is, I guess, why I like sort of, I guess, what do you call those? Not big band music from like back in the day, but like the more modern stuff that sometimes pops up here and there, where it's like a bunch of people in like apartment sessions. I guess apartment sessions is more of a cover band than anything, but what they did when they were still a thing was pretty cool. Fucking loved that shit. Loved it so much. Because it's a difficult thing to do, understandably. Gathering a bunch of people to like just make covers of random songs. Still cool though. I don't know. It just feels nice. I think I just associate that sort of music making with the feeling I had when I was younger and was a part of like a little band class. You keep poking your finger? Not your fingies. Not your fingies. No, not the fingies. You gotta be careful there, Sam. You hate sewing? I feel like sewing is relatively relaxing. I've only sewn a couple of times, though. And only really once out of luxury rather than necessity. So maybe I can't really speak on that. I remember one time I said that maybe I'll get a camera to do specifically like a hand stream for sewing or something. I still probably should just do a little hand stream someday where I make like a hand axe. just get a rock from outside, get another rock, and make a nice looking rock out of the other rock. Co-sewing. Yeah, co-sewing. Just for the fun of it, though. Just to learn how to do that. I mean, it was, I am interested in the whole idea of kind of shaping stones into tools, like on stream. That just seems kind of cool. It would take a while and would be loud and messy. So I don't know how viable something like that would be. That, and I just don't know how to do it, but learning it might be fun, assuming I don't mess up 100 times. Who knows, who knows? The future holds many, many possibilities. What am I thinking on? Oh, I will mess up? I know. I know, it is inevitable. It is inevitable. Especially considering my luck. Considering my luck, I know it to be so. But still, that does not mean the fire for such a thing isn't there. My mind is very prone to idealism, I guess, of what I'm capable of. Despite my memory of how much incapability I have. My brain will still be like, we can do this easy, easy. And I'm like, no, brain. Remember the last time we did something like that? Didn't work out, brain. You gotta calm down. My brain might believe in itself a little too much. Just a little bit. A little teeny tiny bit. I saw a video by Inkwell. Who is this Inkwell fellow? Let's see. Okay, this man does... Oh, he's an artist. Artiste. Oh, that's cool. Alright. So I'm just like looking through YouTube a little bit for any little topics of conversation. I always randomly watch some like, not always, but at random points in the year, I'll just start watching some random artists like channel and start hyping myself up to do art again. Because art is one of those things I drop constantly. Ever since I was just a little lamp pup, I'm like, I wanna do art, I wanna draw, and then I try, and then I don't. Then I just give up. You're making one of those hello, I am badges for your wait, you're making one of those hello, I am badges for your name. Ah, like a name tag, basically. Like those you see on people who work in certain places where they would have a name tag like that. I don't know why that was so hard for me to think about. I've been yawning so much. We need like a yawn counter. Yeah, like those white and red ones. See, my brain was definitely braining today. Oh, somebody's playing Dead Space. I should play that someday. Dead Space just seems like a fun one. Imagine playing Dead Space on like not even like hard difficulty, just like normal, and you're drunk as hell. Yes, I feel like that'd be goofy as hell to do. Drunk Dead Space, you just fucking die a bunch of times. Yawn counter after you hit 35. 35, you need to end the end sleep. True. Issue would be that I wouldn't sleep, probably, even if I tried. That and I have things to do. So I can't sleep now anyways. Wish I could though. It would be grand. Yeah, but then I'd be awake all night. So it's like a double-edged sword. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know why I'm meowing. I'm sorry about that. Oh, there we go again. This non-stop yawns today. There will not be a single not yawn. I shall yawn till the end of time. Meows? Yeah, I don't know. I just sometimes feel like meowing. There's no good reason for it. It's just I feel like making a sound, and so that meow is just what I go with, despite me having nothing to do with cats. This is a fun sound. Like, it feels good to make that sound. Oh, God's above. That's stretching. Damn, I just like stretched for like a second and a half, and it was just straight up trembling. That was so weird. Don't know where that came from, but sure. Let me make sure. Okay, that's not on, so I can do a little something. Imagine teaching a dog to get you bananas. I don't know why I was thinking about that. It's so funny. It's just a funny idea. I don't know. I can't stop thinking about it. Just a poor little doggy just going back and forth to give you a banana because you taught him how to get you a banana. I don't know. It's cute. I don't know. I'm just being dumb. I'm being dumb at this point. I'm being non-Euclidean. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Listen, your dog can unfold the wheelchair and bring it to you? Well then, that is one skillful dog. Very, very skill. Much skill. As well, that's pretty useful too. Just like, go, get my share. Go, my noble steed. I guess dogs are pretty good at that stuff. You just teach them a thing and they're just like, yep, got it, locked in. Unless they're a smaller dog. If they're a smaller dog, they have less brain. So, you gotta forgive them for being a little more dumb. That, or if they're just a dumb dog. You know, sometimes you get a smart dog breed, and then the dog just turns out dumb anyways, and it's like, well, I gotta love you anyways, because you're just a cute little doggy. I love dogs so much. They're so precious. Precious little creatures. Precious little creatures of existence. Filled with so much joy. So much. They're made of it. They're made of joy. Pure, unadulterated joy. Alaska Malamutes are smart, but too smart. They'll do what you want if they want to. maybe if you make little, maybe if you ask them to do a thing, but like in a whiny voice, you know, they'll feel concerned, and then they'll do the thing. That's how I'll try to do things if I ever get a dog that's a little too smart. I'll get on my knees and start begging. I'll be like, please, please, dog, do the thing, dog, please. And the dog will probably be like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm concerned, so I'm gonna do the thing. At least that's how I imagine dogs. I don't know. Man's best friend, as they say. Which is funny, because you would think horses would be man's best friend, considering that we've taken horses to war. But they're not our best friends. Dogs are our best friends. I don't know. It's like, human, why are you on the floor? Get up. Exactly. Exactly. They'll just be concerned. They'll have to do whatever you want because they won't know how to get you off the ground otherwise. I want a little Chihuahua though. I know Chihuahuas have a reputation, but like, I've known the nicest Chihuahuas in existence. We have taken dogs to war too, but would you want your best friend in the war? I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. But like, we also haven't taken dogs to war as often as horses, you know? Like, I know they have been taken to war, but not like in the same extent as horses. Horses have been like a near constant war beast. And then we just have our boys, our little cute boys and girls, our little doggies. Hell, I'm still pretty sure we don't anymore, but we did for a good while still take horses to war. I remember there being a story about, it was regarding the Korean War, where some Marines were given a budget because they were, because Korea is like relatively pretty mountainous, right? There were, the Marines, I think it was Marines that were stationed in a certain area, were given money to buy like a horse so that they could transport ammunition up and down the hill that they were on, basically. So it's like, that was a relatively recent thing. We still are out here, maybe every now and again, purchasing a horse for war purposes. To this day, or at least, you know, in the past 2 generations, which is wild to me. I suppose 3, technically 3 generations, not 2, but you know what I mean. I can't count. I remember pigeons being. You remember when? Well, I don't know why I was gonna be like, oh, do you remember when pigeons were used for messages? Like, you weren't around when pigeons were used for messages, but pigeons were messenger creatures. I don't know why. I don't know whose idea it was. Somebody came up with that shit, and they were smart enough to notice that pigeons come back. They go to the place, and then they come back to the other place, and it's like, oh my god, this is useful. I don't know, I just find the idea of like wrapping a little thing around a pigeon's leg to be rather funny. Because it's like, it's such a mundane creature, a pigeon. You know, something thought of as a pest, even back then. And they're just like, but what if we found a use for this thing? The rotund little fellows. They always look kind of like holdable. Maybe it's just because of the way they're shaped. I don't know. Pigeons are little sillies. You love pigeons? I like them too. I don't know if I'd ever own one, but I would like to pet one and hold one like a precious thing. Precious little piece of creation in my hands. My nostrils are like getting clogged up again. This is annoying. Tis annoying. I'm thinking about things again. Not anything bad. I'm just like having half a thought. You have a cold and it's bugging you? Man, colds are rather annoying, aren't they? I don't even have a cold right now. It's just that my nose sometimes just decides to randomly plug itself up. Like it's like at some doorway that my body is just at random deciding to close. Shower thoughts? Yeah, just strange half thoughts are happening right now. I don't even like. It's like it's one of those thoughts that you can feel yourself having, but you can't recognize the thought. If that makes any amount of sense. Like it's there, you know it's being thought up, but like you can't tell what the hell it is. That's the kind of thought like. That's kind of what's happening right now. I'm like having thoughts. The thoughts just don't make themselves known to me. They're just deciding to remain classified in my own brain, which I find to be hilarious. Why am I feeling energized all of a sudden? Like I have to do something. I have to do something and I don't know what it is. Maybe I should talk to more people. I'm uncertain. Should I make... I don't know. I did talk about making a Twitter or an X at some point, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that now or later, or after I sort of get my own, I guess, model or PNG or whatever. So many things to consider. I don't even know what I'd post there. I guess I could just post being like, hey, I'm streaming now. That's what people usually use their Twitters for, right? That's what streamers do with their Twitters. Maybe random little thoughts. Thought bubbles. Things hardly relating to what they do. Random deep quotes. I don't know. Oh man, I remember. This reminds me now that I'm looking at this random thumbnail. There's I think a lady polls sometimes too. Oh yeah, polls. They do that too. I was gonna say. I just got reminded of the fact that there was that one model, that one VTuber model. Some people make VTuber models that are like super customizable, and I remember one just recently came out from a person, and people got mad at him because it wasn't quote unquote like enough representation. And it's like, bro, this person has been working on this super customizable model for like probably a year plus, and people are still mad that it doesn't have exactly everything that they want on it. And it's like, bro, I'm pretty sure this doesn't even cost that much to buy as well. So it's like kind of wild that people are mad at a person for spending a bunch of time making something as customizable as this, because I'm pretty sure this person's model is like the most customizable one out there that people can use. And they got a lot of flack for even making it. I guess. I don't know. I guess not everybody, you can't make everybody happy, but this is kind of wild to me. I forgot what the person's name even was. I guess I could just click on the video and take a look at who exactly made it. What it's called, all that stuff. Soika? I think that's the name. Damn, it's like cheap too. It's like $180, maybe two something. Obviously a lady model. That's a lady creating, because that's who most VTubers are. Yes, Soika, that's her name. Suiika. And people got mad for no good reason. You hate people who don't appreciate. Yeah, it's literally insane. It's I think the problem, the issue people had was that there wasn't enough like POC options, I think was the issue. But like at the same time, it's like, bro, it's an insane model. It's literally a model that if she had just made this as like a one person model instead of like a super customizable model, it would have costed still like thousands of dollars for that one person to purchase, if that makes sense. And instead it's being sold for like 250 at most, I think. Maybe prices vary depending on where you are. And I, like, on one hand I kind of get it, right? But like on the other, it's like, come on. It's like, come on. Yeah, this is basically just people being mad that it's not customizable enough. Wild shit, wild shit. And I think the thing around that has sort of died down a little bit by now, because this did come out like a week or two ago. So hopefully the gal's made her money, I guess, made her bread. I believe I've seen a couple of VTubers already who are new to the scene come out with that model as well, so that's kind of cool, I guess. What else? What else? What else? And what? Let me scroll through through just the wider internet just to fuck around. What do the people of the internet have to say about random shenanigans, random things? What about the people I usually kind of watch? Do they have anything on their things? You did the outline of one badge. Yay. You are doing a good job. Congratulations. I will clap for you. That was me clapping. I hope you enjoyed that and felt invigorated by your accomplishments. I know it sounds sarcastic. I don't mean it to sound sarcastic. It just does because it's me. Hmm. Oh yeah, I guess I could talk a little bit of drama, a little bit of VTuber drama. At least somebody that's related to, like, who's one of those drama tubers out there. Alara kind of got fucked around by YouTube monetization because I think maybe some of her toggles are a little bit on the sexual side. Oh, it's okay. You always sound sarcastic and you don't really pick up sarcasm. Ah, I see. I sometimes sound sarcastic and I don't like mean to at all. It just happens. But hey, as long as we're cool. But yeah, apparently Lara, who's kind of a drama tuber, a couple of days ago, maybe this is more of a thing that happened last week, she basically got demonetized, or at least her monetization's getting fucked with by YouTube. And, you know, some people, some of which I kind of follow and, know that she doesn't like and they don't like her but are willing to defend her, are like kind of posting some stuff. I think one of the people I watched are have just released a video a little while ago on her issue, her problem. So there is that. Don't know the extent of the issues, but YouTube being YouTube, I wouldn't be surprised if they just decided to demonetize her for the slightest, like, like, especially knowing some information that I do know about how YouTube's, like, review system and whatnot works. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she just got slapped, in the face, metaphorically speaking, for nothing. I mean, there's some stuff that she might have gotten in trouble for, but still, anytime anybody gets demonetized on YouTube, it's kind of like everybody's job, in a sense, to kind of hop in and help out. Because YouTube just be having all the power in these kinds of situations. Let me actually watch this video real quick. I can skim through it at least. Okay, yeah, it was on February 26th when she originally got fully demonetized. It's not even slightly. It's not even like demonetized of some videos. It's like straight up fully demonetized on YouTube. That's kind of crazy. Oh, for quote, sexually gratifying content, which, knowing YouTube, I don't think they ever even post any shred of evidence when they do decide to demonetize people. Okay, this is just basically, let's see, blah, blah. And that kind of makes me think about whether my VOD's channel might one day just get obliterated because YouTube just decides to be YouTube. If that happens, I would be kind of distraught. Just because, damn. just it would be just a damn kind of moment. I don't have any of my VODs backed up on anything. Like, YouTube is just meant to be the backup. So if anything happens on the YouTube side of things, then that's that. It's the end. Yeah. And one of the issues with YouTube specifically is that they literally just tell you, hey, you have a problem, and then you ask where the problem is, and they just will not tell you what the problem or where it is. You aren't very demonetizable. You never know, especially like, I swear a lot. I do swear quite a bit. So there's that, for one. Two, well, I guess I don't really do other things really that are demonetizable worthy, but on the sentiment, the whole sentiment as a whole is basically that you gotta you gotta be super careful when it comes to YouTube, because YouTube will literally look for any reason to smite people down. They are very strict once you start getting past a certain point. Right now, they don't care because I'm too small to be cared about. But once you pass like the 1,000 sub mark, that's when YouTube's algorithm really starts paying attention to you and what you do and say and whatnot. So it's a little scary, in my opinion, just a little bit. Hmm. That makes me think about, like, I don't know, how easy it is to just fuck with certain creators when you think about it. When it comes to literally like anything, whether they're a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber, it's like, because all of our payments in theory would go through PayPal or something, right? Because PayPal's really the only the only place to gain, or at least have things transferred to, I guess. And PayPal is a bitch of a thing. You're an EB boy. You're sleepy, then go rest. Go rest, Sam. You must rest if you need to rest. You may, I know you're working on something right now, but maybe work on it. Continue it tomorrow. Don't try to shug another 3 monsters. No, what do you mean no? You just said you're EB. You're an Eber. Eepy little Eber. You mustn't push thyself. You're always EB. True enough, true enough. We've already discussed this. Ah. What if I become pumpkin? What if I become a pumpkin? I don't know what I'd do if I become a pumpkin. That'd be kind of weird, now that I think about it. But at the same time, I could have a candle in me, and I think that'd be kind of cool. I can't do that right now. That would hurt. Oh god. Oh jeez. Sorry about that. Just kind of got something stuck in the back of my throat for no reason. Just the gods punishing me for existing again. They tend to do that. They're silly goobers like that. Silly fellows. I've thought about streaming once from like in my time, like just 12 to 12. Which is wild streaming hours, and I don't think I'd be able to pull it off. That'd literally be more than a day's work. Just so that I can get both my typical, essentially typically European audience, and then some non-Europeans. I don't even know how I'd pull that off. What would I even do for 12 hours every day? Just, I die is what I do. I die. I think I'd die on stream. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna be honest. I kind of want to end stream a bit early today, and by a bit I mean by like an hour and a half. I don't really like. I don't know. I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling weird, and I don't think I'm gonna be in a good mood in a little bit. You may need to eat. True enough. True enough. Let me see if I can actually uh rate someone if you do not mind sticking around for that. Just so that I can, return the raid of somebody who had raided me one time. If I remember how to do such a thing. you know? Let's see. How do you raid people? That's something I never figured out. How to raid on Twitch. Okay. / channel name. Okay. Let's see if that really works. If you type the command or use the raid channel option on your creator dashboard while stream is live. Okay. Okay, I think I can do this. And then alright, I figured it out, I think. Right? They're streaming, definitely, because I'm watching them stream. So, alright. I believe I've prepared it. We're going to start the raid. I don't really have a channel raid thing. So, you know, we'll just go ahead and, and raid, I guess. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And I guess I'll just say my typical thing. I hope the gods bless you. May the stars shine in your honor. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoons, evenings, and nights. I kind of said the whole thing backward, but that's fine. Let's see if this happens. We can raid. We're raiding. Raid now.